What knowledge might save your life one day? If you ever fall/get pushed down from the platform onto the rails at a subway station, try to roll under the platform. Many stations have space there, like little overhang, for exactly that reason. If you are ever bitten by a bat, raccoon, fox, or skunk, go directly to the hospital. There is no cure for rabies once it is fully onset. If you're a pedestrian and crossing a street, if you can see the sun's reflection on the windshield of a car, there's a good chance the driver cannot see you. EMT here. If you're ever choking on food in a public venue, do not go to the restroom to avoid causing a scene. Almost every death I've seen from people choking are found unconscious in a bathroom stall because they were too polite to seek help. If you ever use boiled linseed oil to treat wood, don't leave soaked rags lying in the trash. They oxidize and after a few hours can self-combust. If a rhino is running towards you, wait until the last second then sidestep out of the way. Rhinos cannot make sudden turns and will give you a couple seconds head start to run in the other direction. Repeat as necessary. If you ever are kayaking and become pinned upside down, swim down deeper into the water to escape the kayak. You may not be able to flip it over. If you're first in line at an intersection, look both ways before going when the light turns green. You never know when someone is going to run a red light. If you fall into cold open water, resist the urge to swim and try to float until the onset of panic subsides. Once you have your breathing under control, you can then start to swim to safety. By doing this, you will not hyperventilate and avoid potentially drowning. If you're ever charged by a moose, get behind a tree. They have about a 10-inch blind spot and they'll lose you. When you go into a building, look for an exit that is not the one you used to come in. In an emergency, most people will head out their original exit, but you will head out of the exit less traveled, and it may make all the difference. If you have to get through a locked door, don't charge into it with your shoulder. Instead, kick it straight on next to the door knob/handle. This has a much better chance of breaking the lock. Edit. It's better to mule kick the door next to the lock instead of facing forward while you kick. It's safer for you, and you can apply more/better force that way. If your car is going underwater, an electronic roll down button will work regardless of the water pressure outside the car, but a manual handle is much more difficult. You also won't be able to open the door. It's better to have something in the glove box, like an ice scraper, to break the glass with. Mythbusters did a whole thing on it. If you are in danger or in need of help in a public place, it's almost always a bad idea to just yell help. It's more important to be specific. Pointing at someone and telling them to call 911 will be more effective. The bystander effect can be a real bitch sometimes. Never mix bleach and glass/window cleaner, ammonia. When people say to take an aspirin to help during a heart attack, chew the pill, don't swallow it whole. It gets absorbed much quicker. Edit. Last bit. Thanks for the silver. If someone is trying to abduct you, fight back. Most abductors will just give up if they meet resistance. And whatever you do, don't let them take you to another location. If you're alone and start choking with nobody around to give you the heimlich, you can give yourself the heimlich by using the back of a chair or similar objects like the sidearm of a couch or whatever. Forcefully throw your stomach over the back of the chair a few times. Try to mimic the motion of the heimlich. Push in above the belly button, then up, kind of like a J motion. If you have to get out of moving car, then put one foot down and take a step. Don't just jump out. This will reduce your speed immensely. Sure, you will fall over, but at a much reduced speed. A stuntman told me this. When touching something electrical, use the back of your hand. Using your palm on, say, a live wire will cause your hand to grab it and you'll be unable to let go. Wear a helmet, wear a seatbelt. It may not be cool, but you're more fragile than you lead yourself to believe. I've lost 3 friends because of these. Don't be a statistic, please. There's someone that would miss you and think I just wish they had put a helmet/seatbelt on. Carry lighter even if you don't smoke. If you kill a bee, a bunch more will come to that specific area, so it is a good idea to leave from there. If someone gets stabbed, do not take the knife out if possible. If it stays in, it acts as a plug to the hole and will reduce blood loss. Apply pressure around the wound as best as you can and call an ambulance. Blindfold yourself and try to find the way out of your own house. You will be surprised how hard it is to find the stairs, etc. Practicing this once every 3 months will allow you to find your way out in case your house is filled with smoke from a fire, which can happen inside a minute. If you're being pulled out to sea by a current, swim parallel to the shore while letting yourself be carried out until you're out of its grip, rather than waste your energy fighting against it. I remember reading in a Reddit post similar to this, that if you can't do a pull-up, you probably won't have the strength to pull yourself up off a ledge, and that has stuck with me ever since. Don't answer that text if you are driving. If a bear comes, always run downhill, never uphill. Also, don't climb up on a tree, it will go after you. Have your car keys ready in a parking lot and lock your doors immediately after getting in. Contrary to common myth, you can file a missing persons report before 24 hours have passed. Putting it off a day because they went missing that night could very easily be the difference between them being found or not. If someone threatens you with a gun or something and they want to move you to another location, your chance of dying goes up considerably if you agree to relocate.